Here are some interesting facts and historical contexts about the Psalm of the Lark by Willa Cather. 1. Published in 1915. The Psalm of the Lark was published during a period of rapid social and cultural change in America. The novel reflects the nation's shift from rural life to urbanization and industrialization. 2. Autobiographical influences. Thea Kronborg's story mirrors Willa Cather's own life. Like Thea, Cather grew up in a small Midwestern town, Red Cloud, Nebraska, had a passion for art, and pursued success in larger cities. Cather's fascination with music, art, and the Southwest directly shaped the novel's themes and settings. 3. Title significance. The title references the painting The Song of the Lark by French artist Jules Breton, which Cather saw at the Art Institute of Chicago. The painting's image of a young peasant girl at dawn resonated with Cather and symbolizes Thea's artistic awakening and connection to nature. 4. Cultural exploration of the American West. Cather's vivid descriptions of Moonstone, inspired by Red Cloud, Nebraska, and Panther Canyon, modeled after Walnut Canyon in Arizona, highlight her love for the landscapes of the American West. She explores the idea that the raw beauty and history of the land inspire artistic growth. 5. Themes of feminine empowerment. Thea Kronborg's journey represents female ambition and independence, themes that were groundbreaking in early 20th century literature. Thea's rise as an opera singer defies traditional gender roles, reflecting the early feminist movements of the era. 6. Real historical figures inspired characters. Dr. Archie, Thea's mentor, was inspired by a real-life doctor from Cather's childhood. Thea's love for opera was partly modeled on the life of Olive Fremstad, a famous opera singer of the time whom Cather admired. 7. Rise of American art and music. The novel reflects the cultural shift during the Progressive Era when American artists and musicians began to gain international recognition. Thea's journey to Chicago parallels the experiences of many aspiring artists seeking opportunity in America's growing urban centers. 8. Panther Canyon symbolism. Thea's retreat to Panther Canyon marks a transformative period in her life. Cather uses the canyon's ancient cliff dwellings to symbolize personal and artistic rebirth, linking Thea's growth to the spiritual and historical weight of Native American culture. 9. Immigrant influence on American art. The novel acknowledges the cultural contributions of immigrants to American art. Thea's teachers and fellow musicians are often immigrants, reflecting the melting pot of influences shaping American music and opera at the time. 10. Critical acclaim and legacy. While initially receiving mixed reviews, The Psalm of the Lark is now considered one of Cather's greatest works. It cemented her reputation as a major American author and contributed to her eventual Pulitzer Prize win for One of Ours in 1923. 11. Part of the Prairie Trilogy. The Psalm of the Lark is the second book in Willa Cather's Prairie Trilogy, following O Pioneers! 1913, and preceding My Antonia, 1918. These novels explore the immigrant experience, frontier life, and the artistic awakening in the American West, themes central to Cather's work. 12. The influence of music in Cather's life. Cather had a deep appreciation for classical music and opera, which plays a crucial role in The Song of the Lark. The novel not only reflects Thea's personal growth but also serves as a meditation on the transformative power of art. Cather frequently attended opera performances in New York, and this passion informs the vivid descriptions of Thea's musical education and career. 13. Reflecting the Progressive Era. The novel was written during the Progressive Era, 1890s to 1920s, a time when women's rights, education, and artistic pursuits were gaining momentum. Thea Kronborg's ambition to succeed as an opera singer in a male-dominated industry mirrors the broader societal push for gender equality and increased opportunities for women. 14. Panther Canyon and the Southwest's mystique. Cather's portrayal of Panther Canyon was inspired by her visits to Walnut Canyon in Arizona. Her fascination with Native American cliff dwellings and the Southwest spiritual landscape highlights a growing national interest in preserving indigenous history and archaeological sites during the early 20th century. This section of the novel symbolizes Thea's connection to timeless artistry and ancient civilizations. 15. Depiction of small-town America. Cather's depiction of Moonstone, based on her hometown of Red Cloud, Nebraska, offers an authentic portrayal of life in small-town America at the turn of the century. The challenges, gossip, and limited opportunities reflect the social constraints that often drove ambitious individuals to seek their fortunes elsewhere. 16. Literary realism and naturalism. The Psalm of the Lark is a prime example of literary realism, a genre focused on depicting everyday life with authenticity and detail. Cather's naturalistic approach emphasizes the role of environment, heritage, and personal struggle in shaping Thea's identity and career. 17. Rise of the self-made artist. Thea's journey from a small town to international opera stages reflects the American ideal of self-reliance and a belief in merit-based success. This theme resonates with the cultural narratives of the Gilded Age and the early 20th century, where personal talent and determination were celebrated as pathways to success. 18. Industrialization and urbanization. The contrast between Moonstone and Chicago highlights the broader theme of urbanization and industrial growth during the early 1900s. Chicago, a booming city, represents opportunity and the cultural magnetism that drew artists, musicians, and intellectuals from across the country. 19. Symbolism of light and darkness. Cather frequently uses light and darkness as metaphors throughout the novel. The sunlit landscapes of Moonstone and Panther Canyon contrast with the darker, confined spaces of Chicago's boarding houses and theaters. This symbolism reflects Thea's emotional and artistic journey, her search for clarity, freedom, and enlightenment. 20. Shifting American identity. Thea's Scandinavian heritage reflects the rich tapestry of immigrant communities that shaped the Midwest and Western United States. The novel subtly addresses the assimilation and preservation of cultural identity, exploring how Thea's roots influence her artistry and resilience. 21. Psychological depth and character development. Cather's psychological insight into Thea's character distinguishes the Psalm of the Lark from other novels of the time. Thea's inner conflicts, doubts, and evolving sense of self provide a nuanced portrayal of an artist's growth, capturing the emotional toll of pursuing greatness. 22. Real locations in fiction. Many locations in the Psalm of the Lark were inspired by real places Cather visited. Chicago's Art Institute, the opera houses, and the Grand Canyon, standing in for Panther Canyon, are vividly described, grounding the novel in a recognizable and historically accurate setting. 23. Intersection of art forms. The novel weaves together multiple art forms, music, painting, and literature, to explore the creative process. This intersection reflects Cather's belief in the unity of the arts, and their shared role in shaping human experience and expression. 24. Criticism and praise. While some critics initially felt the novel's length and detailed descriptions slowed its pace, many praised Cather's lyrical prose and the rich development of Thea's character. Over time, the novel has been recognized as a seminal work in American literature, solidifying Cather's reputation. 25. The role of mentorship. The novel emphasizes the importance of mentors and patrons in an artist's development. Dr. Archie, Thea's piano teacher Harsani, and others reflect the real-life mentors who shaped Cather's career, highlighting the collaborative nature of artistic success. Thanks for listening and watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Like this video. It helps more people find these classic stories. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think.